What's up, everybody? John from Old Running Farm here. Thanks for joining me. In today's video, I have a message from my wife, and it's basically, hey, is this okay if I do this? But anyway, it's nothing that serious. We're actually getting like our first real snow of the year today, as you can sort of see. Some of that is sawdust, though. Been doing some carving down here, so I got 10 mushrooms on the cart, which is pretty good for the amount of time that I spent down here today. But anyway, so what I wanted to talk to you guys about is my plans for what's going to happen down here in the wood yard. Normally I would post this on like a Wood Yard Wednesday video, which I don't know if you know this, but I try to post videos. I was going to say, I post videos every Wednesday. I try to post videos on Wednesdays. Missed this week because it's just been so hectic. But anyway, so usually I post videos on Wednesdays that are about this kind of thing. But since I missed this Wednesday, I am gonna just do it now. So anyway, big exciting news, my new sawmill came, and it's currently in a box under a tarp, and I have not touched it, Catherine, I promise. Made a promise to Catherine that I was not gonna touch it until carving season is over, which is basically December 23rd is our last show, and that's at Powder Ridge, which is somewhere, Middlefield, I think. I just saw an ad for it today in upstate Connecticut. Anyway, it is a little chilly today, and now that I'm, I think, done carving for the day, again, 10 mushrooms is a good like baseline. I feel okay about what I've done. But so I've been feeling really stressed out recently because we just have all of this stuff going on, and like everything is just a rush to the finish line. It's December 6th. So less than 3 weeks left of the Christmas season. That means less than 3 weeks left to sell our alpaca products, to actually make money on our alpaca products, or on our alpacas for the year. So it's a lot of stress. And we've also been doing so well with chainsaw carving. And so we want to keep that up. And again, like, you know, we're looking towards January and most of February is basically $0 income on the farm. So we're trying to really push for the end of the year, because that's going to be, you know, a big boost to the beginning. Just like I used to work at this job for a sports memorabilia company, and when I got there in November, we had the best sales of the fourth quarter in the company's history, and we followed it up with the worst quarter one sales in the company's history, which means January and February were just awful. And they decided that the solution to that was hour-long mandatory daily sales meetings, which was basically just them yelling at us for an hour every single day, first thing in the morning. A really good way to motivate your employees, right? But anyway, not here to talk about that. So one of the things that is on my mind is what I'm going to do with all of my chainsaw carving scraps, because I have a lot of it. So there's this pile here. There's also an IBC tote right there. And there you see my failed attempt at dumping out an IBC tote. So I have this problem where I just end up with a lot of scraps. And now I think I have said, so that's my chainsaw carving shed over there, that my plan is to park my dump trailer right next to it and sort of just toss all the scraps into it and then bring it to an undisclosed location and dump it. Because again, we have 40 acres here, so we have plenty of space. So let's see, just got an Etsy message talking about my mushrooms, so that's nice. But anyway, so I'm out here in the woods, and so this is where, and again, I apologize it's so messy, but I haven't had a chance to clean it. But that's part of the reason why I want to talk to you guys. This is where we previously had my friend Ross. The boys are fighting. I don't know if you can hear that screaming in the background. It's just the male alpacas being boys. So he had his firewood set up here. So he had probably like literally 50 cords of wood stacked up over here. And then he sort of left, and now we have a bunch of pallets and stuff down here, which, don't get me wrong, your boy loves a good pallet, but it made a little bit of a mess. So twofold things over here. One, the good thing is this is a nice cleared out flat area. Good God. I hope you guys can't hear that. The boys sound terrible. But anyway, so good, nice flat area. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set this up. I'm gonna clear out all these pallets, and then we'll make it so that I can drive my dump trailer over this way. And I have spent some time thinking about it. Oh yeah, the whole message to my wife portion about this was she never comes back here. Well, especially now that it's cold, but she just does so much up at the house. I mean, if you guys could see the tables of hats that we have. We had a day on Sunday where we actually had 4 craft shows. So Catherine was at a show, Joanne and my mom went to a show, and Ann and Rick were at a show too. So we had 4 tables worth of hats. And Catherine knits every single one of those hats, except for a few that my mom helped, and Joanne helped sew on ponds. So the whole family is involved. But anyway, so she has a lot of responsibilities up at the house, and my responsibilities are sort of all over the place. Plus, I get to come down here and sort of do whatever I want, because nobody's the boss of me down here. Just kidding, I still have a boss. That's my wife, and I love her very much. And she does work very hard. I got her flowers today, because she's just been working so hard. She's been staying up late, painting the carvings. And honestly, we would never be able to do the chainsaw carving business if it weren't for her, because I hate painting, and she does all the painting. She got up early this morning. She was down there painting at like 5:30 this morning. I was still in bed. But anyway, so I'm basically doing this video to show her my plan of where it's gonna go. And my mom is actually calling me right now, so let me check right back in. So my mom was concerned about the alpacas because they were making crazy noises. But anyway, so this is a video for my wife to show her what my plan is, so that she doesn't have to walk all the way out here in the cold and I show her. And honestly, she probably doesn't care anyway, because it's like a bunch of wood scraps that are gonna go. So, I mean, I haven't actually been all the way to the edge of our property, the north edge. But anyway, so here's the plan. So you can see chainsaw carving shed there. So my plan is that I'll clear a path so that I can drive through this way, and then sort of come around here, pull this way, pull straight up there, and then back down this way with the trailer. So you can see this crazy leaning birch tree is my path marker. And so our thought process was, we're okay just kind of dumping these scraps in the woods, so long as we have a spot that we can sort of use the scraps, thorns, so that we can use the scraps as like fill for the land. And so I remember this big tree from when we actually first visited this place. I remember I was super excited about the land, and I wanted to come back here and see like how much of it is usable, which honestly back here it's a little tough. But you can see half of this oak tree came down and is just sort of sitting at the bottom of this hill. And now this isn't like a huge hill or anything, but there's already a rock wall there. And so what my plan is, and I don't know, maybe I'll go a little bit further down here. So if I'm standing here, I mean, you can see there's at least 6 feet of elevation from where I'm standing to where the trailer will be coming from. And there's also like another way that I can come through here. So my plan is, and I mean, obviously this is a big mess right here, but I can like cut all this up, and some of this maybe I can use for firewood, since maybe it'll be sort of dry, since it's probably been here for years. But I will also just sort of fill this area in. And so the plan would be, obviously we're not going to turn this hill into flat level land, but if you look at the ground, there's all kinds of rocks and stuff. So I can at least use the wood for some loose fill. And obviously, well, I guess maybe not obviously, but you generally don't use wood for fill because it decomposes. So like, 5 years from now, this will be a lot smaller. So if we raise it up 6 feet 5 years from now, it might be like 3 feet. Who knows? because wood decomposes. But you know, this is so far back in our land that we don't even know what we're going to use it for. I mean, this may just be like an alpaca trail or something like that, or maybe this will be big gardens. Who knows? I mean, we do have a lot of trees on this property, but honestly, a lot of them are just little saplings. So, I mean, it wouldn't take a lot to turn this area into some sort of pasture, or even like a garden area or something like that. And who knows, you know, 3 years from now, God only knows what our plans are going to be or what our lives are going to be like. But anyway, you know, I think even though it's going to require some work to like cut up all this brush here, I don't think it'll be too much work. Plus, I just need to sort of cut it so that it sits nicer down there. And then what I was saying, so actually there's another little pile over there that I may need to get rid of. But so, you know, as I dump things here, obviously I won't be able to get all the way down there with the dump trailer, but I can come in with the tractor and like bucket it around, move it around. Anyway, so Catherine, that's my plan. And I think I told you about this tree. But so that's what I'm planning on doing on December 24th. So Christmas Eve, or actually maybe even the day, well, we'll have to see how it goes, because literally December 23rd is the last day of Hartford Glow, which Catherine is at, and it's our last craft show of the year. So I'll have a week before January to sort of do stuff. But anyway, it is crazy to be out here in the woods and like see our land. Let me actually show you what our property looks like. And now I know I've done like, you know, walk in the woods videos with you guys before, but get a good vantage point from this angle. So I don't know if you can see all the pink ribbons down that way. Somewhere down over there. Anyway, so chainsaw carving shed way over there. And all this land. Someday we'll do something with it. We'll have to see. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed. If you have any suggestions, I posted in the Chainsaw Carvers group what to do with our offcuts. And I'm thinking that maybe even now, if I'm throwing them all into my trailer, I can at least post on Facebook when it's getting full and see if anybody wants some free wood. We would use it for firewood, but, you know, it's pine mostly, so softwood, and we really just don't want to add additional maintenance to our wood stove, because I know you can use it to burn, but it burns super quick and it makes a big mess in the chimney, so we don't want to have to clean it more often. Anyway, if you have a suggestion of if there's other ideas you have, please leave them in the comments down below. And everybody say hi to Catherine. She's working so hard and doing such a good job. Thanks, everybody. See you next time.